Hello everyone, welcome to the training video. In the previous session, we discussed the input value sheet and the balance feed sheet. Now in this session, we will walk you through the retro component sheet. In this sheet, we have 4 important columns: organization, component name, retro component name, and input value. The first column is organization. The organization name should always be same as the explained earlier in the previous recordings. Next, in the component name, this should also match exactly with the component name defined earlier. For this example, we have taken the organization as Sonic Venture and the component name as Basic Salary. Now in cases where retro calculation impact other components, you can select those components from the drop-down and list them in the sheet one by one in separate row. For example, retro calculation may impact components like house rent allowance, special allowance, or EPF. All such components should be added here accordingly. In the next column is retro component name. These names are also available in the header tab because they should already be predefined in the template. Here you need to select the area component where the retro difference will flow. For example, in this case we have selected basic salary areas as a retro component. This means if there is any difference in the basic salary during retro pay, that difference will be captured in the basic salary areas component. Later, this area component will be processed together with the regular pay. In this way, you can create area components as per your requirement and link them with the respective retro components. This completes the explanation of the retro component. In this sheet, the first 2 fields organization and component team. These are references carried forward from the previous sheet. As explained earlier, they should always match the details already defined in the template. The next column is charge. This field becomes mandatory if finance integration is active. In such cases, the user must ensure that proper charge details are provided, including the charge code. This mapping is very important because once the payroll is processed, the component value will be consolidated under the correct charge. For example, when an expense invoice is generated after payroll run completion, the values from payroll component are posted to Ledger's account based on these defined charges. Here in the template, we have assigned different charges for different components. For the gross salary component, we have mapped it to gross salary charge. For basic salary component, it is mapped to the basic salary charge. And it is very important to make sure that the names you should add here are exactly the ones provided and used by the finance team. This ensures accurate mapping with the Ledger accounts and avoids reconciliation issues later. This completes the explanation of the component charge sheet. With this, we have now covered the balance definition sheet, retro component sheet, and component charge sheet in detail. That concludes today's session. Thank you for attending.